Hi and welcome to another edition of Mini Bites. So today's topic is, can we live our best life now? This is a phrase that you may have heard. Of course, Joel Osteen wrote a book called Live Your Best Life Now. And is becoming a Christian the gateway to having a better life in the here and now? Is the question that we're looking at. So when you give your life to Christ, does that mean that you're going to have no more problems, that everything's going to be great, and you're going to maybe even get prosperity, you'll get rich, you'll live in great health all your life, nothing's going to go wrong, perfect life, as long as you follow God's rules, then everything's going to be perfect? Is that what being a Christian is? Well, let me tell you, absolutely no, it's not. What being a Christian is, and the blessing that God gives you, is that you will not be found guilty for your sins when you face Jesus Christ as judge. That is the blessing. Blessed are those whose sins are forgiven and forgotten. So this is the blessing of becoming a Christian. It doesn't mean that your life will be great. Now, how can I say this with such confidence and boldness? Well, you just have to read the Bible. And if you look at the New Testament, you look at 2 Corinthians 11, Paul could not have been clearer. Number one, he was very clear about those who were preaching a gospel of prosperity and sort of a boastful gospel. He was very clear that these people were false prophets and should be avoided at all costs. So this is not my opinion. This is not me making a judgment on someone. This is very, very clear from the scriptures. So let's read, and I'm going to concentrate quite a lot on chapter 11 of 2 Corinthians. Starting from verse 1, I hope you will put up with me in a little foolishness. So, in fact, Paul was being quite sarcastic when he was writing this, because there were many people going around, just as there are today, a total proliferation of preachers today who want your money, and who are telling you that you can have this super wonderful life. And these people were very clever preachers, as they are today. A lot of the prosperity teachers, the very famous ones, they know their stuff as far as sort of psychology, and they're good at coaching. Life coaching, really, but that's not what the gospel is about, and that's not what the Bible is teaching. So let's have a look. I hope you put up with me in a little foolishness. Yes, please put up with me. I am jealous for you, and a godly jealousy. So Paul was saying that he really wanted. He didn't like that they were listening to this rubbish, and he wanted to put them clear. I promised you to one husband, to Christ, so that I might present you as a pure virgin to him. But I'm afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ. So, these were people in the church that were following Christ, that were being deceived. For if someone comes to you and preaches a Jesus other than the Jesus we preached, or if you receive a different spirit from the spirit you received, or a different gospel from the one you accepted, you put up with it easily enough. So these people in the church were putting up with this sugar-coated life skill type teaching, prosperity teaching, this life coaching, and they were enjoying it. And Paul was somewhat sarcastically admonishing them for this. I do not think I am the least inferior to those super apostles. So again, a bit of irony, a bit of sarcasm. because when you think of Paul not being a super apostle, Paul was incredible. Yet, he's referring to these super apostles. I may indeed be untrained as a speaker, so not skillful like some of these were very skillful orators, very good at speaking, but I do have knowledge. He had the knowledge of the scriptures. We have made this perfectly clear to you in every way. Was it a sin for me to lower myself in order to elevate you by preaching the gospel of God to you free of charge? No charge. So here, he was saying that he preached it free of charge. So, they may look down on him because it was for free. He wasn't asking for an offering. He wasn't, asking them to buy his books or anything like that. It was a free gift. And so, again, the sarcasm that you're looking down on him. I robbed other churches by receiving support from them so as to serve you. So in other words, he's got his support from other churches, not these. And when I was with you and needed something, I was not a burden to anyone. For the brothers who came from Macedonia supplied what I needed. So I have kept myself from being a burden to you in any way and will continue to do so. As surely as the truth of Christ is in me, nobody in the regions of Achaia will stop this boasting of mine. Why? Because I do not love you. God knows I do. So he loved these people, but they'd been taken away on this sort of clearly this prosperity teaching. And they were paying all these preachers and giving money and hoping for blessings. Then he carries on, I will keep on doing what I'm doing in order to cut the ground from under those who want an opportunity to be considered equal with us in the things they boast about. For such people are false apostles, deceitful workers, masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not surprising then, if the servants also masquerade as servants of righteousness, their end will be what their actions deserve. So these people are saying that they're Christians, saying that they're Christian pastors, saying that the word that they're giving is from God. But it's not. And I want to jump on to what Paul says in verse 24. So this is the best life now that Paul had. 5 times I received from the Jews the 40 lashes minus 1. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was pelted with stones. 3 times I was shipwrecked. I spent a night and a day in the open sea. I have been constantly on the move. I have been in danger from rivers, in danger from bandits, in danger from my fellow Jews, in danger from Gentiles, in danger in the city, in danger in the country, in danger at sea, and in danger from false believers. I have laboured and toiled and often gone without sleep. I have known hunger and thirst and often gone without food. I have been cold and naked. Besides everything else, I face daily the pressures of my concern for all the churches. Who is weak, and I do not feel weak? Who is led into sin, and I do not inwardly burn? So Paul was showing you here that the life as a Christian, just as Jesus told us, is going to be hard. It's not an easy life. Accepting Christ doesn't mean best life now. Anyone who preaches that, anyone who believes that has not read the scriptures. Honestly, I used to follow it until I started reading. What I used to do is I listened to preachers talking about the Bible instead of actually reading the Bible for myself. So I hope this is helpful. It's quite a serious one, and I really hope this has maybe opened up the eyes of some people. So God bless you, and see you next time on Mini Bites. Bye-bye.